Here's a question from Esteban, 25, who's talking about how he's been dating this woman for the past 3 weeks, and then after they had sex, basically she ghosted him. Rejection has always been part of the relational landscape, but are the new trends of ghosting and icing and simmering taking us to new ambiguous ends? The simmering is basically that you let somebody cook on a little fire and you just say, oh, would love to see you, but you know I'm going to be busy this week, so why don't we just check in with each other again next week? I mean, I have nothing to give you, but I don't want you to disappear from my life anyway either. So I hold you at a comfortable distance and you simmer. Icing is where I basically tell you, look, it's not a good moment for me to be in a relationship at this point. I like you very much, but I'm not going to be able to meet you. Maybe we should check in with each other again in a few months. Ghosting is where I literally just simply delete you after we may have had hundreds of texts yesterday and I just got you. That's it, out, without you being able to find me anywhere. We've always rejected people, but the intensity of communication that can precede the intensity of no communication has taken on a whole new proportion. What we have today is a state of unclear relationships in which I get just enough not to feel alone, but I don't have to do any of the things that make me responsible and accountable to you. I call these interim states situations of stable ambiguity. You're just far enough for me, a few texts away, holding you in that holding pattern in which I get your presence without losing my freedom. Icing, simmering, ghosting are 3 manifestations of the decline of empathy in our society. They promote selfishness and they relieve us of the responsibility and the consequences that our behavior has on others. You see, we live in a society that is competitive and evaluative. We are constantly measuring ourselves, checking ourselves, improving ourselves. And love is basically the proof that the contest has ended, that we no longer need to compete. Because never before has love been such a referendum on our sense of self-worth. But when we get thwarted love, thwarted messages, thwarted relationships, it really saps our sense of confidence and our sense of self-worth. I encourage you to end your relationships with more respect and conclusively, even if they're short ones. Show kindness, show compassion, show respect. Because at the end of a text is another human being. They have a heart, they have feelings, they have a history. They don't want their sense of confidence shattered. They can accept that they were not the person you choose. That doesn't mean that they can just be tossed aside. Nobody can live on crumbs. We all deserve full meals with a good aftertaste.